Drones have changed the way we see the world. From capturing stunning landscapes to uncovering hidden secrets, these flying cameras have given us a whole new perspective. But sometimes what they reveal is shocking. Disasters that leave entire cities unrecognizable, natural formations that defy logic, and moments of destruction that words alone can't describe. War-torn Aleppo, through a drone's lens. Syria. Imagine a city once full of life, now reduced to smoldering rubble. That's exactly what drone footage revealed in eastern Aleppo, Syria. Homes, markets, and hospitals gone. Streets that once echoed with laughter and daily hustle were now eerily silent, covered in ash and debris. The sheer scale of destruction looked more like a scene from an apocalyptic movie than reality. When a ceasefire broke down, drones captured the heart-wrenching reality from above. Craters where bombs had struck, smoke curling from collapsed buildings, and entire blocks wiped off the map. It was a brutal testament to the impact of war on civilians, a view that no ground report could truly capture. The footage didn't just show destruction. It forced the world to see the human cost of war from a chilling bird's-eye perspective. Sometimes, technology doesn't just entertain, it makes us confront the truth. But not all drone encounters involve destruction. Some are downright bizarre, like what happened in Australia. A kangaroo versus a drone. Australia kangaroos are known for their powerful legs and unpredictable behaviour, but who knew they had a grudge against drones? Near Byron Bay, a drone peacefully filmed the scenic Australian landscape when, out of nowhere, a kangaroo launched a mid-air attack. The footage captured just before impact was gold, quite literally. The kangaroo locked eyes with the drone as if to say, "Not in my territory," before knocking it out of the sky. Was it defending its turf? Mistaking the buzzing device for a predator? We may never know. What we do know is that wildlife and drones don't always mix well. Birds have been known to attack them, but a kangaroo? That's next level. The viral video left people both laughing and wondering. Are animals seeing drones as threats, or are they just as curious about them as we are? Either way, the kangaroo made its stance clear. No drones allowed. Speaking of disasters, drones have also captured nature's wrath in shocking detail. Flash flood disaster, Tennessee. One moment, it was just another town. The next, entire neighborhoods were underwater. When a levee along the Obion River failed, Tennessee faced one of its worst flash floods in history. Drones revealed the terrifying aftermath. Rooftops barely peeking above the water. Streets transformed into raging rivers, and desperate residents stranded, waving for help. The most shocking part? How fast it all happened. One minute, people were safe in their homes. The next, they were climbing onto roofs to escape the rising waters. Emergency teams relied on drones to locate survivors and assess damage, proving once again how crucial this technology is in disaster response. The power of nature was on full display, leaving viewers stunned. It was a reminder of how quickly life can change, and how small we truly are against the forces of nature. And sometimes, war and disaster collide, like in Kyiv's destruction, Ukraine. When war broke out in Ukraine, the world feared the worst, but it was drone footage that showed the heartbreaking extent of Kyiv's destruction. Streets that once bustled with life now lay in ruins. Apartment blocks reduced to skeletal remains. Charred vehicles abandoned on empty roads. The most haunting sight? Bomb craters deep enough to swallow buildings. Fires raged in the distance, sending thick plumes of smoke into the sky. And then there was the silence, the absence of daily life, replaced by a stillness that only war can bring. These aerial views didn't just document history, they forced people to witness the reality of war without filters or censorship. Kyiv wasn't just a battlefield. It was a city, a home, a place where people once laughed, worked, and dreamed. And in a matter of days, much of it was gone. But war isn't the only force that can wipe out a town. Fire can be just as ruthless. The Camp Fire catastrophe. California Paradise, California was once a thriving town. But in 2018, the Camp Fire turned it into a smoldering wasteland. Drone footage revealed the full horror. Entire neighbourhoods reduced to ash, streets lined with burned-out cars, and trees stripped bare, standing like skeletons against the grey sky. The fire moved so fast that some residents had mere minutes to escape. Over 100 people went missing, and thousands lost everything. The drone's silent flight over the town made the devastation feel even more surreal. Charred remains of homes, melted vehicles, and the occasional street sign, the only clue that a neighbourhood had ever been there. Even the governor and federal officials used drone footage to survey the damage, calling for urgent action against wildfires. The Camp Fire wasn't just a disaster, it was a wake-up call. And the images it left behind? Absolutely haunting. And just when we think we've seen it all, nature presents us with something even stranger. Ireland's mysterious wormhole. Deep in Ireland's rugged Aran Islands, nestled among limestone cliffs, lies one of nature's most perplexing creations, Poulnapaist, better known as the wormhole. At first glance, it looks like a perfectly carved swimming pool. Its rectangular shape so precise, it appears man-made. But it's entirely natural. This geometric marvel was sculpted by the relentless Atlantic waves over thousands of years, its underground tunnels connecting it directly to the ocean. At high tide, the water surges through these hidden passageways, making the pool pulse like a living entity. The world took notice when the Red Bull Cliff Diving World Series transformed it into an extreme sports hotspot. But long before daredevils plunged into its depths, legends swirled around the wormhole. Some believe it's a portal to another realm, while others whisper of a sea serpent that once lurked within its waters. Science explains its formation, but one can't help but wonder, how did nature achieve such perfect symmetry? Was it just erosion or something far more mysterious? Now, let's have a look at the time when a drone captured a tornado wreckage. Arkansas tornado. Wreckage tornadoes are terrifying enough on the ground, but drone footage of the Arkansas disaster revealed a level of destruction that was hard to comprehend. The aerial shots exposed an entire town ripped apart, roofs torn away, homes shredded into splinters, and trees twisted like matchsticks. The most shocking part? The path of destruction stretched for miles, with no sign of stopping. Vehicles lay flipped on their sides, power lines were tangled like spaghetti, and buildings that once stood proudly were reduced to little more than foundations. Amidst the wreckage, emergency crews and volunteers worked tirelessly, combing through debris, searching for survivors, and offering comfort to those who had lost everything. The footage was haunting, a reminder that in mere minutes, a community can be forever changed. But even in the darkest moments, hope flickered through. Strangers helping strangers, families reuniting, and the overwhelming determination to rebuild. Because when nature takes everything away, resilience is often all that's left. Our next footage is a stark reminder of the same. Nepal's earthquake horror. In 2015, a 7.8 magnitude earthquake rocked Nepal, shaking the ancient city of Kathmandu to its core. The destruction was immense, and nowhere was it more evident than in the drone footage that captured the aftermath. Entire temples, some standing for over 1,000 years, crumbled to dust. Streets that once buzzed with life were now filled with collapsed buildings and terrified residents searching for loved ones. The contrast was chilling. On one side, an intact row of houses. On the other, nothing but rubble. Rescue efforts were relentless, with teams racing against time to pull survivors from beneath the ruins. The drone footage provided a unique perspective, showcasing both the vast scale of destruction and the unbreakable spirit of the Nepalese people. It was a reminder that no matter how strong our structures, nature can dismantle them in seconds. But amidst the devastation, the human spirit prevailed. People rebuilding, helping, and refusing to be defeated. Now, let's move on to our next footage, where a drone captured a shocking sight in Scotland. Scotland's flooded chaos Scotland is no stranger to rain. But what happened in Dumfries and Galloway was beyond anything seen before. Drone footage revealed a shocking sight. Entire streets submerged, cars floating helplessly, and the River Nith raging like an unstoppable force. Businesses desperately fought to keep floodwaters at bay, stacking sandbags and using pumps in a battle they were destined to lose. Residents waded through knee-deep water, their homes and livelihoods slipping away beneath the murky depths. From above, the scene was surreal. Roads had become rivers, entire towns were cut off, and emergency responders raced against time to evacuate those in danger. With weather conditions worsening, fears grew that the worst was yet to come. The footage raised an urgent question. How prepared are we for the increasing power of extreme weather? If this was just one storm, what would happen when the next one hit? One thing was clear. Nature wasn't asking permission, and Scotland was in for a long, hard fight. From deadly tornadoes and wildfires to mind-boggling natural formations, drone footage has given us an unprecedented view of the world's most shocking events. Whether capturing destruction, mystery, or resilience, these aerial glimpses force us to see the world from a new perspective. One that is both breathtaking and at times heartbreaking. What's the most shocking drone discovery you've ever seen? Let us know. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.